Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well today. This is going to be an interesting stream, I think. And by interesting, I mean, I don't know how things are gonna work. My layout is entirely different from what I'm used to. So we're gonna figure this out. For reference, the reason it's so different right now, if you can't tell already by the direction my model is looking, my OBS and my chat is on my right side today, as opposed to my left, where it normally is. The reason for that, my Switch is hooked up to my right monitor. However, when I play games on keyboard and mouse, I play them on my left monitor. So, rather than having OBS on the left, I now have to have OBS on the right. So everything is kind of flipped for me right now. And that's just entirely because of the layout I have my desk and everything. My keyboard and mouse are on the left-hand side of my desk as opposed to, you know, other stuff. So it makes it a lot simpler for me to use, to do stuff on the left-hand side. And have the idle sort of stuff on the right-hand side. But my Switch and my PC is actually on my right. So the Switch is hooked up to the right monitor because it's the closer one. So there's just, you know, a lot of stuff going on with that. So from that standpoint, it's going to be fairly interesting because I, you know, am trying to mentally deal with that. On top of that, I'm playing a game I don't normally stream. I hope I got all the settings right, where I'm not going to get, not bonked, but like, I hope I have all the settings right where I'm not gonna, you know, die. On top of that, I've been having issues with my PC lately. Not my PC specifically, one of the cables I have running them onto my monitors, which causes some issues sometimes, where one of my monitors will stop being connected to my PC and everything will shuffle around. Hopefully that doesn't happen during stream. I have a package coming with a new cable, so lots of stuff going on. But this game is Final Fantasy XIV. If you haven't heard of Final Fantasy XIV, you were obviously not on YouTube like 8 years ago at this point, where everyone and their fucking brother was sponsored. But I am not quite caught up on MSQ, main scenario quest. I do, however, have a maxed maxed class in terms of leveling. So, rather than continuing MSQ today and possibly having spoilers for people, I'm going to be leveling one of the lower classes that I have, that being a level 31 class out of 100. And I'm just going to do some ARR dungeons and stuff like that. If the queues start to take too long, I'm going to swap over to a different higher level class and do some trust supports, which will be Shadowbringers dungeons. So apologies to people who don't have a sub, so that they haven't gotten into Shadowbringers. You won't be able to watch those without too many spoilers. But this is an MMO. I don't typically play MMOs. I want to be entirely clear on that. This is the only MMO that I actively play. It is also only my second MMO I have ever played. The first one being PSO2, Phantasy Star Online. So I am not super well versed in the ways of MMOs. I do have chat covered, so you won't be able to see any of the chat that comes in Final Fantasy, because obviously there's going to be a lot of people and whatnot. I have all of the, as long as the settings worked the way that I hope they did, all of the names are gone, or they are just initials, so that you won't be able to see any other like person's name, and you won't be able to, you know, if you play the game, you won't be able to talk to them being like, hey, what is it like playing with this person? That's just like a sort of thing where it's like, it common courtesy. Not everyone wants to be on a stream, so cover up the stuff that people who might not want to be on the stream would have shown other than, like, their character when it comes to dungeons and whatnot. So if you hear, like, typing or, like, messages or whatnot, you won't be able to see them. I'm gonna be able to, like, respond to them and whatnot. It just, you won't be able to see it yourself. I think that covers everything. I can't think of anything else I might need to talk about first. This is not going to be a recorded stream. It's going to stay up as a VOD. On Twitch, it's like 2 weeks. On YouTube, it's permanent. As long as, you know, nothing happens. If my PC decides to stop agreeing with this game being streamed, it seems to be fine right now. I have the game launched. It seems to be fine right now. But if I start to frame drop or I start to have encoder overloads and whatnot that I tend to have when I'm playing games on my PC and try and stream them, I will finish up whatever dungeon I'm in and swap over to Kirby Air Riders, as long as that fucking works. Because I tried getting that working earlier and it didn't want to for some reason. So I'm just having a lot of tech issues today. And just, yeah, it's a lot of a mess. But without further ado, Final Fantasy XIV. I can put that up to max volume today. I don't typically have the game on max volume, just because of various things. As you can see, directly to my left and down at the bottom of the screen, I am level 31 on Machinist. So for reference, this is me. Hello. But in terms of classes, I've got a few classes here. That I, you know, use and whatnot. This is my main class. I am a Dragoon. That is what I mean. My hotbars are laid out specifically for Dragoon. So actually going through and doing, you know, doing the, new classes, trying to figure out where to put things has been interesting. I also have Viper here. This is a level 80 class. This is the class that if, queues start to take too long, I will swap over and do trust supports with. So, you know, this is one of those, you might see some of this class. This is a very confusing class to me, because there's just lots of stuff I don't know quite how it works. I'm just kind of following the glowy dots. Samurai, I used for a while, before, you know, getting a sub myself. And start using all these other classes. So I could probably use this one. Am I going to? Probably not. Because I, you know, there are other classes I would prefer to level. Also have Monk here, which is level 55. That is kind of its own thing. I started leveling this because I didn't really have anything else to do at the time. And I'm like, ooh, punchy go Bert. But, you know, it's an interesting class, but not... It's decent at best. And then, you know, machinist, which is the one I'm going to try and be leveling today. This is my lowest level class, obviously. Yeah. But let me get some of my daily stuff out of the way. Oh, someone bought something. Nice. Also, this is my my retainer, Alna. She's fucking pretty. Oh, still in progress. Okay. I guess I am playing earlier than usual. But I found out, I was kind of designing some characters, last night. I found I'm actually quite good at making really pretty Final Fantasy characters. I won't show them off today for reasons, but, yeah. Okay, so loading a new area. It does take a while because, again, my PC is old. It likes to have issues and whatnot. Yeah, like, okay, so that kind of sucks. Let me see if I can't do something about that. Not that one. Here we go. Okay. So theoretically now, yeah, okay. Like I said, I want to be hiding other player names. The pets, like minions, the owners, like the actual player who has them, their name gets shown underneath it. So that was one of the settings where I'm like, I think I have it done correctly, but I'm not entirely sure. Turns out I didn't. So, you know. But yeah. I guess let me get started with the first dungeon. Could do leveling. Going to do leveling. And I'm just gonna kind of be here, you know, doing my thing. So yeah, if you guys have like questions or something you want me to talk about, feel free to throw them in chat, because there's gonna be a lot of idle time in this stream. Oh yeah, I can bring one of these out now that I have. Yeah. Loading all these people is a bit much. Let's see. What would be a level 31 area? Let's see. Let's see. Story quests, cross and chop quests. I don't have any of those available. Daily roulette I'm doing now. Okay. What area has level 30 fates? South Shroud. Alright, I could go over there. Yeah, it says 23 minutes for average wait time, so. Me. South Shroud. Start here. Oh, right. I need to, be standing. Alright, 22, 32. I could probably... It's at 66%, which means that someone's over there. Maybe not. I'm just gonna sit here for the 3 minutes and see what happens. Because it says gates destroyed 2 out of 3. This is one where you're trying to, Oh no, we're the ones destroying the gates. Okay, I don't want to do this alone. Oh, there it is. First dungeon of the day, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be an easy one. Frankly, because, you know, I'm low level. Now, I want to reiterate, I'm leveling a new class. I am a Dragoon, in practice, so that is a melee DPS. I am now currently using a ranged DPS. So this is sort of out of my comfort zone. As long as the other DPS accepts. Nope, of course. There we go. That should be what I'm doing right now. Oh, it has been a while since I've done this this dungeon. Come on. Our tank died. Well, I guess we should wait for now. Oh, okay, we've got... Okay, there they are. they're the healer and the tank are going back and forth, being like, oops, that was my bad. No, it was mine. But yeah, this is what a majority of today is gonna be, is just kind of doing the same dungeons for a while, to you know, level up and whatnot, and then going from there. Oh yeah, I can interrupt with this class. I need to remember to do that.
Hey, what's up?
Ray, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Hello, hello. Don't mind me, just gonna grab that. Nope, can't use that one. I'll greet that. Shipping half 50. Ooh, nice. Good to have. Oh, they want me. But I'm just kind of following the crowd. I really wish I had. I might change the settings after this this dungeon a bit. I'll do this. I can make do with that. Deez, hello, welcome in. I don't remember this dungeon all that much, but I just know that it's gonna be done again, so. I'm just following the tank. grab this one as well, just in case. There's no music. I'm sticking over with the bunny boy, I believe, over here. Just want to double check. Has anyone seen any issues with the stream that needs to be addressed? Someone else is interrupting them before I can. Everything seems fine. Breaker Reaper. No. No. Nice. All right, here we go. Oh, I believe that is my package that I mentioned earlier. You know, it's strange. I was a melee DPS. Primarily. Before starting this class. Ta-da! I'll give it to the tank. Pass on that. And that was just given to me. Okay. Yippee! That's one done. I am now level 32. 34, actually. Wow, I leveled up a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly do this. Okay, okay, so that I'm gonna not be having. Always just initials. I think that will be good, because then I'll actually see nameplate. I think I'm gonna go with that. Let me actually own as well. Go with initials as well. Yeah, there we go. I like having the nameplates on. Just for the sake of, you know, having them on and whatnot. So you get a better look at them. You don't know what this stands for. Oh, hold on. OBS? Okay, I guess OBS just wanted to throw a fit for a second. I will be right back, and by right back, I mean, like, just a couple, seconds, not even a minute. My package is here, with a new cord for my monitor. I'm gonna try and plug that in, and see what happens. So, apologies if everything kind of freaks out for a second once I come back. But yeah, I'm not even gonna bother going to the other, the BRB screen, because it'll be that quick. So, bye. So I am back. I'm noticing that there's no music playing, so I'm gonna just quickly turn off BGM and play this while I get this organized. Alright. Everything's gonna freak out for a moment. Do not be alarmed. It's all intentional. Alright. Plug it in. Did that... Oh, boy. What did that do? There we go. Everything seems to be working. This is now on the wrong monitor. Hold on. System config. Main display. That one requires reboot. Shit. Let's do this. Fly. Okay, that's back over here. No. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're good. So that should fix some of the issues I've been having, with cables and whatnot. Hopefully. So, doing all of that, alright. Let me go back, pause that again, come in here, and turn up the volume. But, alright, so, oh, okay, coding overload. It did not like something for some reason. Let me see, what happens to my stream when that happens? Oh, my stream is delayed on my end. Okay, nothing happened to my stream, it looks like. So, let me just... Okay. It seems to be working. So, here is what the main loop of today is going to be. That's gonna be it. Just waiting for dungeons to proc and then, you know, doing the dungeon, leaving, going right back into it until I unlock the next one and then do that one. So that's all today's gameplay loop is gonna be. But yeah. Also, you can now see my title that I have on, which is nice. So this little guy, and this is just some lore stuff that I haven't really mentioned all that much. This little guy has some lore for me. I actually have, in my lore, I have a little fox companion. I'm working on it. I am working on the lore. It's not just a dead in the water thing. So yeah, there is actually something going on with that. And just for the sake of it, to give you a little bit of a hint as to some of the lore, the fox's name is Vulpir. If you can put together why it's named like that, you'll get some insight into the fox's little, like, a little bit of the fox's nature. I will say, I did kind of get that with a little bit of the naming convention that Pokemon tends to use. So yeah. Now, technically, this fox isn't 100% correct. The fox is supposed to be black and dark purple, with bright yellow eyes. Also, VTube Studio is slow right now. So is literally everything on my computer, except for the game, ironically. Alright, well, I'm gonna... what fates do we have? That one is back up already. Okay. That one's not gonna happen. That one's... eh. I could do that one, technically. That's too high of a level. I could go over and do that one. I really could. You know, I should actually probably look at the, this stuff. Okay. Roll. Oh, that is just all of the roll traits. Okay. Oh yeah, I could bring out my chocobo. So those have upgrades. Level 64. Okay. Keep blast. Goss round and ricochet. Goss round is there. Ricochet. That one's similar to Dragonfire Dive, but not as powerful. Shake it. Okay. Dismantle is very similar to... something. I like drawing connections between the classes that I use, just as like a way to do it. Flamethrower. I get a flamethrower. Grant's hypercharged. What is hypercharged? I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Brayflux. Yeah, this way, theoretically, you should also be able to see class logos and titles, and if they're watching a cutscene, which is helpful. Also, yeah, my profile there. Oh, it is so weird going through and doing range DPS. As well as just doing these low-level dungeons, like, as much as I am. Come on. Alright. Think. I can't use it. It's an astrologian's weapon. I am not, nor will I ever be an astrologian. I am not healer build. Hello, Caden. And yeah, so far it seems to be going decent. I'm level 34 right now. It is so weird just going through and like not having to be right on top of the enemy. Come on. Ooh, I can do the next job quest. Cool. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to do those when I can. So I'll do the job quests and stuff on stream. Hello, tree. That is a bit of a rough spacing, but you know. It is what it is. I can physically tell what's going on. Also, I have this thing on me. I don't think I've ever been hit with that mechanic. Nope, that's magic again. Yippee. I'm gonna come over here, just so I'm not directly behind them. Wow, being this far out, I just really don't have to worry about mechanics, do I? At least not the same ones. Yeah, healer, you stood right in that. Damn. Ah, the healer already left. Okay. Nope, don't need it. Okay. Ragzin, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. I'm now level 35. What does this quest give me? I want to be fast. Ah, fair enough. Clicking and confirm. So that makes sense. I've never really tried that. I'm still relatively new to the game. Even though I have a level 100 class, I am still relatively new. Yee. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go do this. It's over at Skysteel, which is there. Okay. I'm not gonna worry too much about reading the dialogue out loud for these. Because this is kind of my comfort game at this point. So it's something that, like, you know, I'm playing this for me. But like I'm gonna be I'm just leveling a class essentially, so when they show up, people love them. That's awesome. Heat Blast. Attack with a potency of 200. Okay, well that kind of feels like it's gonna suck. Where am I gonna put that? Your Skullgirl, maybe? Maybe that's where I'll put it? Da, 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 da. Huh. That's kind of funny. So, for reference, for those of you who don't know, I guess, Dragoons, which is my main class, are the... Back up a little bit more. I'm currently in Ishgard. And so, that is just needed for the reference of, the fact that Ishgard is important here. In Ishgard, the kind of, main soldier force, quote-unquote, is Dragoons, which is my main class. They were trained specifically to fight dragons. So, you know, being in the sky and the air, like fighting off the ground, essentially. So you get lots of jumps, lots of aerial movements, stuff like that. And they use spears. So it's kind of funny that they're specifically calling out, like, yes, they're continuing to not use guns because they just want to keep using spears. Oh, how tradition sucks. And I'm like, I enjoyed using the spear. It was nice. Oh, interesting. Okay. This guy's a noble. Dishonor's duty. Supervise the operations. Rarely visit once a moon and relegate a free management task to Fromelau. It's loosely based on France, so, you know. Take that as you will. Lord Founders Fishguard, Helenart. Knight of Skill Non-Perial. Yeah, this is post Heaven Sword, that's right. So that means that is that guy. Okay. My model is slow right now. Don't mind it. Just treat it like it's intentional. And weapons of brilliance. I have potential. Scared will make invite suspicion, ridicule. Honestly, this is one of those moments where I wish they, and I get why they don't, that I wish they would go through and kind of make more mention of your character's past. I'm a max level Dragoon. In the game files, my character is currently labeled Azure Dragoon. Like, that is an actual title my character holds. Which Azure Dragoon, for those of you who don't know, is like the best of the best, I guess. They have unique abilities that other Dragoons don't. So from that standpoint, they're just like, I feel like just me practicing machinistry would be seen as, oh, the Azure Dragoon is sort of going out and expanding their repertoire. Repertoire? Is that the term? I don't know. We could do this. Like, just my presence doing this should theoretically change some of their minds on it. But, you know, that's its own thing. Raincatcher Gully. Yeah, this one's closer. Glamour plate. Which one did I have on? Here it is. New gun. Neat. When did I get this one? I don't even know. Unless I've had it for a while. No, I got it from Longstop. Interesting. Or not Longstop, is that what it's called? Longstop? Yeah, Longstop. I can do City of, Temple of Karn. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, I thoroughly love this look. Alright. Guaranteed item, just shoving it to your bed. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Well, it doesn't make sense why would they would do it, but it makes sense that would be how I got it. Lucky that I managed to get the specific weapon that I needed. Dragged out here as well, did ya? Boss, I need Magitech part. Was near for 5 years, or any useful bits and bobs were stripped out long ago. Alright. Come on. I should really have my chocobo out for stuff like this. I am going to double check though, make sure that, okay, the name is not going to be shown. Okay. Chocobo up. Yippee. Can see my Chocobo's name up here, Toriho. So for those of you who've been with my channel for a while, you might recognize where that name's, where some of that name comes from. And by a while, I mean legitimately my first model that I used when streaming. So Tori is Japanese for bird, and Ho comes from the name Miho, which, for those of you who've been here for a while, might recognize from the visual novel Please Be Happy. The main character's name is Miho. That's kind of where I got the name for my Chocobo here. That's kind of that combination. Okay. And back out to you. Oh, I just took out one of you. Except a higher level, too, I'm assuming. What's your level? 35? Compared to 33. No, this one's slightly higher. He didn't despawn yet. Ah, yes, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Actually, I just realized my character's name might show up in the dialogue. I did not think about that. Fuck it, we ball. Let's hope not. So, okay. I guess I'll give a bit of context to the name. I guess it's not that big of a deal anymore. But, at one point, the name for this character, was legitimately what my chosen name was going to be. For those of you who don't know, I'm trans. Ta-da! But, you know, it's not something I've ever really hidden from stream. It's just not something I tend to talk about because there's not really a reason to. It's not like I'm making that my persona or anything like that. That's not a super important thing to what I do. But, you know, it's a part of me, so it's not that big of a deal. At one point, that was going to be my actual chosen name, like IRL chosen name. Recently, I've come to disconnect from that name. And I say recently, it was like 2-3 months ago. So recently, in the scheme of things. Mostly because, well, partially because of this game. It being like a matter of, oh, this is just kind of out there. Probably not a good idea. On top of the fact that, the name I took from a book. It was a, I don't want to say book series, because it wasn't really a series. It was a two book thing. But I stole the name of one of the characters that I really liked. The main character, really. Because, to me, the story had very trans undertones. And so I very heavily connected with the character. And so I chose that as my name. And, you know, I took that into, this character and whatnot. But recently I've sort of backed off because it's now feeling more like a fictional character name than my name. And so I'm kind of trying to find a new one, I guess. Just a little bit of a, like, behind the curtains thing. So I guess it's not that big of a deal if you know this name. I'm thinking of actually making this my character's name. Like, you know, Azumari. As, like, you know, as my username. That literally, not literally, but, like, what it means, essentially, is Azure Sea Flame. That's not quite a name. So my character kind of needs a name, and I'm just thinking of stealing that. Especially because the last name, is actually a character from a story I wrote for one of my classes that I'm actually thinking of turning into, like, an actual story. I need to actively, like, write it all out and whatnot, but, you know. But I'm trying to figure out a new name for myself. So I guess it's not that big of a deal if you see this character's name being that. All that to kind of say, well, fuck it, kind of don't have a choice now. Oh, no, that's fine. I get that. Toriho is not the name I'm talking about there. I'm fine with Toriho being shown. I was worried about my actual, like, username. But, like, I just got through saying it's not really gonna be my name anymore. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Because it showed up in that cutscene. Okay. Okay. One more cutscene. Oh, this. Yippee! New skill. And I'm level 36. Let's just see. Nope. Okay. Let me. I think I'm gonna put that there for now. Because I have a better one for this later on. I don't know what I'm gonna put in here, is the thing. Is there a second set? Caden, you would probably know this. Is there a second set in the main rotation, or is it just these three? And they just get upgrades? Because looking at the action list, there's only the 3 combo weapon skills. Like, it seriously looks like there's not nearly as many skills here. Dragoon jumps kind of. Okay. Yeah, it looks... It looks so... much less. Oh, there's my dot. I'm actually gonna put that one there when I get to it. Because that's my dot, my dot button in terms of Dragoon. So in that case, I'm actually gonna put this one up here. Alright, this one I'm gonna put there, I think. This one... Okay, that's weird. So, Bioblaster shares a recast timer with Drill. Drill does not share a recast timer with any other actions. For some reason. So that one, I'll put there. I'm gonna have an auto turret? Oh, there is gonna be so much here. Okay, this looks like it's gonna get complicated later on. Alright. I'm gonna do one more. Oh, hello. Funny boy. Using, the jacket that I wish I had. But alright, I will, I'll do one more dungeon. So I'll do Sunken Temple. But then that'll be it for today. Same here, your current color and style. Nice. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna... There you go. There's the name. I talked about it earlier. Like, it, you know, not that big of a deal. Okay. That is something that I probably won't do because of other people. Alright. Caden, you probably know more about the music tracks than I do. If you can think of one, give me a good, OST, preferably from ARR, but, you can probably do Heaven's Ward and Stormblood as well. Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, bleh. That is, like, slower, calmer, etc. Preferably one without lyrics as well. Sure, their name, they should be easy to find. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think I'll grab this one. Because I like to, for the opening and endings of my stream, I like to, use actual music from the game I'm playing. For the most part. Or at least the series. Yep, this one works. Alright. I do not remember how the puzzles in Sunken Temple worked. It has been so long since I've done some of these dungeons, it's insane. Oh, speaking of... Damn, I am the only one who actually did anything with the portrait. Are we single pulling or what? Damn. Pass on the lance. Pictomancer. Don't go too far. Is that how that should be? Ah, reduces the... Okay. I am slightly dumb. I did not realize what that did. I've been afflicted with doom. I've been afflicted with doom again, apparently. And I'm dead again, because fucking doom. Is there anything I could be doing differently there? because I feel like I'm just forced to die. Time. Okay, I'm not quite sure how that works, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Ah. Looks like the tank there thought this was the hard version of the dungeon. Is that just like a spam it thing? I don't know. I'm gonna need to ask about that later. Ta-da! Didn't do that. Damn. I will take that. Alright. That was pretty good. Alright, let's look at this one. That actually looks pretty neat. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it for me today. Let me know what you guys thought about this. I would not mind playing this again. On stream, I mean. I don't know how it was on your end because OBS being dumb or whatnot. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed. I enjoy playing this game, so I enjoyed streaming it. So yeah, do let me know if you think this is something that, would be nice. Not would be nice, but like you wouldn't mind me bringing into like my common rotation of stuff to do when I don't have a larger thing going on. Or to like stuff like Kirby Air Riders or Mario Kart or Tetris 99, stuff like that, where it's like quick, like not one-off things, but like things that aren't like super long to kind of fill in gaps where like I'm taking a break from something or I'm between games or whatnot. Because like right now we're doing Neo: The World Ends With You, but I ever since doing the Kirby series a few years ago, I do not like playing the same game for an entire week. I always like having at least one thing that's different. Now, there are circumstances where it won't. I'll do other stuff like that. Where I'll do stuff like that. There we go. But for the most part, I like to have at least one different day. So yeah, do let me know if you think this is something that you guys wouldn't mind throwing in that list. So, let me turn off the music in game. That way, you're not hearing double music or anything like that. But yeah, with that, thank you everybody so much for coming by. Hope you all have a wonderful time zone. Make sure to take care of yourself, drink some water, get some rest, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. What?